stuffed everything up. All the oaks got past me.
Well, such are the swinging fortunes in motor racing, but a very happy crowd must be the Opel team.
You know, I really can't believe what's happened here. We're going to go. It's still not over, so I don't want to make any rash predictions here, but at least I'm in with the fight again, and it's going to go down to the last heat, and that's all I really wanted. I want to fight. You know, if I was going to lose, I want to lose it fighting, and if I'm going to win it, I want to win it fighting. That's the way I've raced all my life, and this one has certainly turned out to be my tightest yet.
It's the most important race of the year, and it's I think if I'm going to earn my salary, it's going to be in this race. So whatever happens, I just got to stay in front of Van der Linde, and I've got to hassle him. That is my biggest role. If everyone else gets past me, he's got to be behind me. That's the bottom line, and Michael's just got to go for it.
Stay with us for highlights of round 21 of the Stannic South African Touring Car Championship. Stannic are the proud sponsors of the South African Touring Car Championship. Stannic, your motor vehicle finance specialists. With us, you can go so much further. The battle resumes in round 21 of the Stannic South African Touring Car Championship. On the grid, and the hearts are pounding.
I'm going to try and go as hard as I can, make up places, and I just hope for the best, that's all.
I think I've got to do the sensible thing here, and that is that I've got to beat Sean. I've got 1 point lead on him now, and that means I just have to beat him. So there's not going to be any heroics. I know that you know, Serge and Mike and the Toyotas are going to be coming through. I'm going to try and not hassle them. I just want to finish ahead of Van der Linde, and that's all I'm trying to do.
So it's all down to the last 12 laps of the season, and what more can one ask for? The lights have turned green. Someone gets a bump. It's Dan Gore going to the back of Grobler's Nissan. Bodywork all over the place. Cars scattering. We're with Van der Linde. De Waal is to his left, McCleary in front. De Waal gets past, Van der Linde moves over to the outside. De Waal is on the inside of Damso's Toyota Camry as they go into the sweep just before Potters. Oh, and they've touched. This could mean trouble, but Damso keeps his car under control and Van der Linde can take up the chase. Through Potters, and it's Joubert, Briggs, Taylor in his slipstream. McCleary is past Damso, then it's De Waal and Van der Linde still in 7th. This is the view from Anthony Taylor's BMW, who sees that Mike Briggs is very close to Dion Joubert. There's some gravel on the track from a previous race, and into the arena, Briggs climbs hard onto his brakes to put as much pressure on Joubert as possible. He wants this win because he knows that Van der Linde will pull out all the stops to climb up through the field. There's only 1 point in it with 9 up for grabs. Damso is being pushed very hard by Nick de Waal. Down the back straight, and everybody's trying to stay as close to the opposition as possible. At the beginning of the race, the tyres are still fresh and the cars are very closely matched. So any advantage to be gained will be jumped upon. McCleary defends his 4th position from Damso. Down the main straight they go, and the first 3 cars are in each other's slipstream. But look at McCleary and Damso in 4th and 5th. In with Nick de Waal in 6th position, and Damso has out-dragged McCleary down the straight. Just look at the centre catching up. They're very close to the sweep, and a touch here will be disastrous. But disaster for the unfortunate Farouk Dangor after that start line incident with Grobler. And here's Van der Linde. He's right up to De Waal and passes him on the inside of Potters. McCleary takes up the racing line, but Van der Linde is on the roll. He stays in the middle of the track going into the hairpin, and there's Nick de Waal again. De Waal cuts across his bow and grabs back 6th position, but Van der Linde has made his intentions abundantly clear. Down the back straight, and Briggs is back to 3rd. Anthony Taylor is into 2nd now and is trying to get Briggs further back and closer to Van der Linde. The BMWs are riding shotgun for each other, but as long as Briggs is ahead of Van der Linde, his championship hopes are still alive. This is Anthony Taylor now in 2nd position behind Dion Joubert, and just watch him working that steering wheel through the tight corners. It's Joubert, Taylor, Briggs and Damso, and De Waal is past McCleary. A tight formation into the last hairpin for the first 4, but look at those 3 just behind. De Waal is 5th, McCleary 6th, Van der Linde 7th. Further back in Class B, Duncan Voss is again leading from Jesse Huggett and Kurzy Swanepoel. A lovely slide there from Swanepoel as the leaders swoop through in formation on the next lap. It's still Joubert, Taylor, and now Damso is up into third position. Mike Briggs is steadily losing places, and I wonder whether he's got some kind of a problem with handling or his gearbox. We're in car with Van der Linde as he pushes McCleary going into the hairpin. McCleary defends his position under braking. Van der Linde is very late on the brakes. He's going to try and take him on the outside. De Waal is very close ahead. Oh, Van der Linde goes wide and onto the dirt. He gets a nudge from McCleary, who's desperately trying to keep him at bay. What are you doing, he says. This is car wars as the leaders once again enter the arena. Joubert is being hassled by Anthony Taylor, but Joubert is probably trying to slow the pace down to give Van der Linde a chance to catch up. This is a high-speed chess game between BMW and Opel. The order is still the same as the remaining 7 Class A cars try to outfox each other. Apart from Farouk Dangoor, both Hannes Krobler and Mike White were eliminated from the race after that incident on the start line. Meanwhile, back in Class B, Duncan Voss is still running away from Jesse Huggett and Kersey Swanepoel. But Swanepoel is gaining valuable experience at each outing, and he is soon going to be challenging the older boys in the class. It's now the 5th lap, and still Joubert is leading Taylor, Damso, Briggs and De Waal. Behind them, Van der Linde and McCleary are fighting a war of their own. There goes McCleary's rear bumper. It must be because of an altercation between these two. But now his handling is going to be effective, which could just give Van der Linde the chance he's been waiting for. Did they touch? Hard on the brakes and down into second gear as the leading bunch goes through the hairpin. Even the marshals are engrossed in this battle. Back in car with Sean Van der Linde, and once again McCleary holds the centre line. Quite legitimately, but Van der Linde is getting more and more frustrated. Come on, man, he says, let me through, let me through. They're doing 160 before braking for the horseshoe, and Van der Linde is on his tail. Something jumped off McCleary's wheel. They touch, and Van der Linde muscles his way past. McCleary went onto the grass. Van der Linde is much too fast, but he keeps the car beautifully under control. Now there's only one car between him and Briggs. Here they are, Joubert, Taylor, Damso, Briggs and De Waal. And in the distance, with his headlights on to show Joubert where he is, comes Sean Van der Linde. The tyres are starting to wear, and just look at that slide by Anthony Taylor. The tension is climbing higher and higher in the pits as all eyes are on the two protagonists in this enthralling high-stakes battle. The BMW pit crew sees their man edging closer to his rival for the championship. This is going to be one hell of a nail-biting finish. And just look at this, Serge Damso is challenging Anthony Taylor through the sweep, and they're neck and neck. This is racing right off the ragged edge, and none of the two is going to back off. Well, still right next to each other through potters at over 200 k's an hour, and behind them De Waal is coming up to take Briggs. This is from De Waal's car. He has passed Briggs and is coming up to Damso and Taylor. Taylor closes the door firmly in his face, but De Waal has put Briggs back to just in front of Van der Linde. From Anthony Taylor's car now, that's Serge Damso's Toyota Camry just ahead with Dion Joubert in the distance. So it's Joubert followed by Damso, then it's Anthony Taylor and Nick De Waal. Mike Briggs is down to 5th, just a few seconds ahead of his greatest rival, Sean Van der Linde. The chips are down. If Van der Linde can pass Briggs, they will tie the championship. Joubert has opened up a gap to Damso, who's been kept very busy by Anthony Taylor. De Waal is in turn keeping him busy, while the only thing that Michael Briggs is concerned about is to keep Sean Van der Linde away from him. As we've said, catching is one thing, passing is totally different. That's the Opel pit crew, and the concern is clearly visible on their faces, while the BMW crew is giving Van der Linde all the support they can muster. And this is Anthony Taylor and Nick De Waal battling for 3rd position, and once again Taylor has to hug the outside line through the sweep. Briggs is a little bit too close to my liking, because if anything goes wrong between the other two, he'll be in deep trouble. We're with Anthony Taylor into the hairpin, with De Waal next to him on the ideal line to pass on the inside, and yes, he's done it. De Waal is into 3rd. He might look calm and collected, but believe you me, this young man is extremely hard at work. The battle between De Waal and Taylor has given Damso some breathing space and allowed Briggs to close up again. He needs to put another car between himself and Van der Linde, although it doesn't seem as if Van der Linde is making any headway in catching up with Briggs. Now we're with Nick De Waal as he exits the horseshoe into the back straight. He wants to catch Damso. But oh, he's off the track. He's out of control. That's the wall. And Anthony Taylor, he's also spinning. What happened there? Taylor comes to a standstill, but let's see if we can see what happened. De Vol goes off into the dirt, he tries to catch it, Taylor's got nowhere to go, and oh, Mike Briggs almost gets taken out as well. Taylor spins off into the infield, but where's Nick de Vol? Van der Linde comes through the dust, but this is going to change things considerably. 4 laps to go, and Dion Joubert is still leading. Damso is second, and they've just lapped Kwesi Swanepoel's Class B BMW. Michael Briggs is into 3rd position, but just look at how close Sean Van der Linde is to him. This is nail-biting racing action if ever there was. In with Sean Van der Linde, and he's got only one thing on his mind, to catch and pass Mike Briggs to at least tie the championship. He's coming closer, under braking for the hairpin. Briggs wanted a fight, and he's got a real fight on his hands now. Oh, Briggs is slowing. He has slowed right down, and Van der Linde almost crashes into him. Something must have broken. What drama! Van der Linde cannot believe his luck. Is up into 3rd position. 4 points if he can hold that to the end. And the Camry is sandwiched between the 2 BMWs of Joubert and Van der Linde. What rotten luck for Mike Briggs and the Opel team to be robbed of the title in such a way. That's the wreckage of Nick de Vol Centra standing in a very precarious position on the track. Joubert comes through safely, so does Damso. In the pits, nobody's seen the drama on the track. Where are the cars? Joubert comes through, followed by Damso. And there's great jubilation in the BMW camp as they see their championship contender in a lonely 3rd position. On the last lap, and the leaders are coming up to lap Class B leader Duncan Voss in his Nissan Sentra. Dion Joubert has driven a copybook race and must be jubilant under his helmet for his teammate, who is only to finish the race to write the 1994 Stannic Touring Car title behind his name. Serge Damso and the Toyota team have once again put up a great performance to lie second. Past the broken centre of Nick de Vol for the last time, and Joubert is about to take the checkered flag for the 2nd time today. He has slowed down, allowing Damso to come closer, but there's little doubt about the final result. And in 3rd position, earning himself 4 championship points and thereby beating Mike Briggs by 3 points for the title, is an ecstatic Sean Van der Linde, just a week away from competing for his country in the Touring Car World Cup event at Donington. And can one blame them? A 1st and 3rd for BMW in the final round of the championship, with a fine 2nd for Toyota and a battling 4th for McCleary and Opel. 2 championship points for Duncan Voss in his 2nd outing. There's the victorious BMW team, whose hard work throughout the season finally paid off in gaining both the Stannic Touring Car Drivers' title and the manufacturers. And a fitting end to a great season for a formula that has and will continue to grow in stature.
I can't believe I was very down after the first heat with all the bad luck I had, but now I'm very, very happy. Thanks to my team.
And after 22 rounds of extremely competitive racing, the final point standings show that Van der Linde beat Briggs by just 3 points, followed by Dion Joubert and Grant McCleary 19 points apart. Nick de Vol ended 5th, followed by Hannes Grobler, Anthony Taylor and Mike Weiss.